Live from Toledo, 13 Action News starts now.
It's been rough.
Brought me back to 2020 and 2021, how bad it was.
You hope that each one is the last one.
3 days, 5 crime scenes, and a half dozen homicides. We're following a violent holiday weekend in Toledo, leaving 5 people with a lot of questions. It started Friday, but tonight we're learning of multiple arrests made. Take a look at this map. It shows the locations and times of the 5 scenes where we saw 6 homicides this holiday weekend. And tonight we're learning multiple people were arrested for the Friday murder on Baden. Now, police taking 3 teens into custody for the shooting death of 17-year-old Jason Bennett. Another female was shot in the incident. TPD saying a 13, 14, and 17-year-old are charged in the murder. Now, we won't name minors unless courts certify them and charge them as adults. At this time, a motive has not been detailed. Meanwhile, early Saturday, police responding to the east side for 2 separate shootings that happened within just minutes of each other. In each case, a 20-year-old was found shot inside a vehicle. Toledo police ruled both matters a homicide. And then just yesterday, 4 people were shot outside the Agenda Sports Bar and Grill on Matzinger. 2 of those people did not survive. Another 2 are battling critical injuries. This weekend's violence brings the city's homicide count to 21, 18 gun-related. 7 victims were 18 years old or younger, and nearly half of the homicides happened on weekends. Police now left to piece it all together. Those investigators saying today each incident is separate, no connection between the crimes. Means solving them is even more difficult. And detectives say that means they need the public now more than ever. IT reporter Sean Haggerty has the details, all new tonight.
She wants to laugh. She wants to have fun. She loves to dance. She likes to play basketball. She joined the basketball team this year and she was doing great things. You know, her birthday is March 28th. She's about to be 14.
It is the story that has captivated our entire community, the brutal murder of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. Today would have been her 14th birthday. The story has featured a host of developments and twists and turns. We'll examine it all in our big story today.
A life taken too soon.
She was just a joy to be around.
A community in mourning.
It's just so sad.
Kei'Mani Latigue murdered allegedly at the hands of her own father.
This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard.
I've lived here all my life, and I've never seen anything like this.
Now the demands for justice and answers.
Feels like it could have been preventable.
Local officials saying the system failed her. Now it is under the microscope.
There's not a lot of trust in the agency's performance.
As her father, Darnell Jones,
I swear to God,
is charged with murder.
He will face justice.
And the community rallies to support Kei'Mani's loved ones.
1, 2, 3, Kei'Mani!
I want to take you back to the beginning of this story and get you caught up on all of the timelines, all of the events in this timeline of the story to get us to the point where we were today. She was last seen on Sunday, March 16th. It was the next day that Kei'Mani didn't show up at school, and family members started to realize something was missing. Calls were sent straight to voicemail. Kei'Mani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, telling us she came home from work that day to an unlocked door.
According to the way that the house was set up, once I got here, because it was in complete disarray, she wasn't here. So I called the school so that I can talk to her, and they said that she wasn't there.
Kei'Mani's keys were left home along with her glasses. Dorothy tells us she can't see without them. The 13-year-old was officially reported missing on Tuesday, March 18th. The next day, family members assembled a search party. They were combing through North Toledo, passing out flyers. And as you just heard, they spoke with 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means, who also spoke with Kei'Mani's alleged killer, her father, Darnell Jones. It was 1 week ago when we were at that search party. Family and friends, even strangers coming out to look for her, gathering in North Toledo, combing through neighborhoods, going block by block. The teen's mother traveling from Cleveland to help search the area.
I'd please be looking, because without y'all, I don't know that we have the manpower to do so. all forms of support help. Whether it's a social media post, whether it's you hanging up a flyer, whether you just bringing up her name in conversation and making sure that people hear about her, it still makes a difference.
Then on Sunday, March 23rd, police issued an arrest warrant for Kei'Mani's father, Darnell Jones, on charges of abduction, but he was nowhere to be found, at least in Toledo. The following day, on Monday, investigators finding a body on the second floor of an abandoned house on Miami Street in Toledo. The coroner's office confirming it to be Kei'Mani Latigue, saying she died of multiple incised wounds to the neck. Detectives then adding murder to the list of charges against Darnell Jones. Emotions ran high.
Yeah, my daughter, there's no reason my daughter would ever be over here. My daughter go to school, go home, go to school, go home. She go play her basketball, come home.
At this point in the case, Darnell Jones was not in custody, but that would soon change.
It sounded like 3 shots fired, and the guy drove away, and there's an SUV stopped in the middle of the intersection.
That 911 call coming after that person heard this. The following morning, Tuesday, SWAT officers in Columbus confronted Jones. They had been watching them.
Don't do it. What's your hands? Kill me.
Dude, show me your hands right now.
Me, bro.
Pull your hand out of your... I swear to God, pull your...
Jones shot after police say he pulled a gun on police in Columbus. An officer there can be seen removing the gun in the moments that followed. Jones was hospitalized. His arraignment has been postponed until he's discharged from there. Columbus police tacked felonious assault on an officer onto the list of charges he is facing. And 13 Action News has learned it was Darnell Jones's girlfriend who helped Toledo police find important evidence in this case after she says she noticed some suspicious behavior out of him. 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means joins us live with what she's learning about this. Alexis.
Josh, there was evidence from this house here, the crime scene, where they found the little girl's body upstairs in the second floor, that they used that evidence to help try to track him down as well as file that abduction charge. But I want to show you this scene right now behind me. This is balloons, and people are coming from all over just to celebrate Kei'Mani's birthday today. It appears to be the evidence from this scene again that helped police put this case together. The woman who asked us not to show her face told 13 Action News Jones called her last week and wanted her to turn off the cameras at home. She got suspicious, didn't turn off the cameras. She says she was in the bedroom when a relative saw Jones move some things out of his SUV, then brought them into the house and hid them underneath the basement stairs. She called police, who got a search warrant and took that evidence. What did he hide under your stairs?
It was like a mat for the back of your truck, not a pickup, but SUV. You know, when you lay your seats down and you put that rubber mat in there to protect the back of your seats unless you're hauling, in case you're hauling something. That's what he rolled up and put in my basement. And his work boots, which were caked with mud, and he hadn't worked in a while.
And she told me once Jones realized that those items was gone, he took off and she never saw him again. Coming up tonight at 6, she talks about why she took her kids and they went into hiding after that abduction charge was filed. Josh, back to you.
Alexis Means reporting live. Alexis, thank you. Ohio's top law enforcement officer is praising the work of police in Toledo and Columbus for bringing Darnell Jones into custody. Attorney General Dave Yost telling me today that he is glad that Jones will face justice. Yost is also offering his support to Toledo police officers who have been at the center of this investigation into this horrific murder.
Suicide by cop or suicide is itself an admission of guilt, but that's not the way we do justice in America. We convict people by a jury of their peers, by evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. So I'm glad that his life was not snuffed out. He will face justice and he will face the proper penalty.
The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation is leading the probe into the police shooting in Columbus of Jones. That agency answers to the Attorney General's office.
Sick to my core, devastated, to say the least. I made many reports concerned about her safety and was fearful that something like this might happen.
Leaders with Lucas County Children's Services say they understand there's a lot of scrutiny out there and that the public has a lot of questions surrounding this tragedy. Their board of trustees approved a task force to look into the agency's policies late Thursday afternoon. You just heard from one of Kei'Mani's former teachers who said she raised alarms about how she was being treated at home. Today, commissioners met at one government center to announce what this task force will review. Commissioner Pete Gerken said he also wants to include community members here in on this. Commissioners say they hope the task force will work to bring change.
This task force is not to investigate Kei'Mani Latigue's case. This is not about a case that is actively in law enforcement's hands and judicial hands. That case is probably a symptom of many that the community needs to think to have addressed, but our task force will not and should not and won't be part of that investigation.
The executive director of LCCS said the task force will focus broadly on reviewing agency policies. And all new this hour, we're learning Lucas County Children's Services did investigate multiple reports regarding the care of Kei'Mani, but never found sufficient evidence to remove her from the home. The case history released today shows, in part, 3 reports received, one in December 2023 and 2 others from March of 2024. LCCS did not detail the nature of the reports, but did go on to say they were never aware of any information about Darnell Jones. As the community continues to grieve the loss of Kei'Mani, some local businesses are stepping up to help contribute to a funeral service for the young girl. This Sunday, Wheelin' on the Rocks on Lasky Road is hosting a benefit and poker run from 2:30 to 10 p.m. The owner tells us all the money raised will go directly to the funeral home Brown Legacy Memorial to help cover costs. The main event will be at Wheelin' on the Rocks with other businesses participating, including Kickstand Saloon, Daffy's, and Corner Saloon.
I want something for her. I think the whole town wants something for her to have, you know, an abundance of flowers, a beautiful casket, maybe a park bench or anything to help, you know, with the memorial.
To donate or learn more about Sunday's event, there is a link posted on our website, 13abc.com. As the community continues to grieve the loss here and learn more about the situation, we will keep you posted on every development on our app. It is free in your phone's app store.
Colonel Curtis Volz will take charge of the fighter wing. This morning, a ceremony is set for him to assume command. The change of command is actually happening right now. Now, this is a live look from the 180th Fighter Wing.
Instruction 51-604 and under order GO-25-03, Colonel Curtis Volz is appointed commander of the 180th Fighter Wing effective 5 April 2025.
Colonel Volz's career spans 29 years as both as an enlisted airman and commissioned officer. We'll have much more details on this change coming up in our next half hour. At that home that Kei'Mani Latigue's body was found. Let's take you guys out there live right now. We're going to show you a live look at the home on Miami Street. Now, we have previously reported that this is the house that Kei'Mani Latigue's body was found late last month. You can see it there. You can see that smoke pouring out at the top of the home. Fire officials putting water on that as well. You can see some of those flames there in the corner as our crews zoom in on that. Latigue's body was found here late March. Police say that she was abducted and killed. This home is set to be demolished by the city of Toledo. We know that city crews were working on cutting the utilities, also putting up a fence around the property as they prepared for that demolition. A date was not set for when the house will come down. Now, we've spoken to Toledo police this morning, and we're working to gather more information from fire officials, but certainly a developing situation that you can see on your screen here, those fire officials out there blasting water on that home. We'll be checking back in to learn what has happened live throughout this morning, all morning long. You can stick with us on air and online. Now, with that breaking news, here's what we know about the case. Kei'Mani's accused killer, her father, Darnell Jones, made his first court appearance in Lucas County Friday. He faces murder, abduction, and felonious assault charges in the death of his 13-year-old daughter. Kei'Mani's body was found in that abandoned home that we just showed you, now on fire this morning. The court setting bond for Jones Friday.
Court's going to set bond on the murder at $2 million. No 10%. It's going to be $1 million on the felonious, $1 million on the abduction, no 10%. No contact with the alleged victim's family, no contact with any minor children.
Now, as you just heard, a judge placed a $4 million bond on Jones with no 10%. Now, that means that he would need to post the entire $4 million. And in newly filed court documents, detectives are revealing more about their investigation. 13 Action News anchor Josh Kroops has more on the filings from Friday.
In those new court documents, police say Darnell Jones admitted to killing Kei'Mani Latigue and say he did it at that vacant home on Toledo's east side. Some of these details here may be disturbing. Before today, Toledo police have only said in court filings that detectives believe Darnell Jones abducted and murdered his daughter based on surveillance video, telecommunication records, and witness statements, only previously saying she was found dead with an apparent fatal injury. But in these new court filings from Toledo police filed Friday, officers said Darnell Jones admitted to them that he inflicted the wound that killed her. Police say it was caused by a large laceration to her neck from a bladed instrument. Officers say Jones also admitted to them that he dragged her involuntarily to the vacant house on Miami Street, where he ultimately killed her. His charges in Toledo include murder, felonious assault, and abduction. As of now, Jones is due back in court Monday morning. Josh Krupp, 13 Action News.